The winds might help Santa fly into the Christmas preview this weekend. Court, are the winds going to be continuing on Sunday afternoon when that's happening?
It doesn't look like it. In fact, Sunday looking pretty nice, Kelly, in comparison, especially to what we're seeing outside today. Today's the big impact for the winds tonight into early tomorrow in some areas, but really today is going to be the day where you want to change your plans a little bit. You probably don't want to be spending too much time outdoors. Here's a live look from the Deer Creek Highway camera located just up Highway 32 east of Chico, looking west over the valley, and you're seeing clear skies right now. Temperatures a bit warmer than 24 hours ago, and the reason is we have those stronger downslope north winds impacting the north end of the valley. 54 degrees in Redding, 50 in Red Bluff, and then you see lower 40s in the more wind-sheltered areas of Butte County, Chico, and Orville. 40s in most foothill areas and single digits to 20s in our mountain zones right now. Wind advisories going into effect at 7 a.m. in the valley, foothills, and northern Sierra. For the valley, this will expire at 6 p.m. this evening, but for the foothills and Sierra, that continues through 7 a.m. Saturday morning. And gusts in the valley up to 40 miles an hour out of the north today. Gusts in the Sierra and foothills, especially in those canyons, extremely strong out of the northeast, mostly up to 60 miles an hour, but in those canyons, gusts up to 70 miles an hour, not out of the question. At the moment, the strongest winds are still along I-5 in the North Valley, 15 miles an hour in Redding. Through your morning commute, up to 35 mile an hour gusts along I-5. East side of the valley, Chico and Orville, still less than 15 miles an hour, but that does pick up by noon to around 30 miles an hour there. 40 mile an hour gusts by noon in the north end of the valley and along I-5. And you can see those winds picking up out of the northeast this afternoon and evening. 40 to 60 mile an hour gusts possible there, while gusts diminish to around 25 to 35 miles an hour out of the north in the valley. Those winds persist and get stronger in the northern Sierra and southern Cascades this evening, and then they do start to diminish early in the day tomorrow before really winding down tomorrow afternoon. So it's really the next 24 to 30 hours that we're dealing with this wind event on the way. Clearing skies this morning on your hyperlocal satellite and radar, and what's driving our forecast, low pressure to our east, kicking up these gusty north winds, high pressure to our west, leaving us with the clearing skies and the temperatures that will end up around average this afternoon. Your hyperlocal futurecast, 8 a.m., sunshine on your way out the door to work, sunshine at noon for your lunch hour, but again, the wind is more than likely going to want to make you stay inside to eat. Otherwise, you're going to have to hold on to that napkin. And then for your commute home, clear skies this evening right after the sun sets at 5 p.m. We'll keep the sunshine for the most part tomorrow, but then clouds started to fill in Saturday night into Sunday. Latest model data keeps us dry with fluctuating clouds early to midweek next week, so it does not look like we have any big travel impacts for our neck of the woods. But if you're heading up into Oregon for Thanksgiving, that's where you may want to keep a closer eye on the forecast. That's where the showers will be. 40s to 50s in the northern mountains. Today we'll end up in the 40s to low 50s in the Sierra and southern Cascades, 40s to upper 50s in the foothills, and mostly mid 60s in the valley. Sunny with those gusty north winds throughout the day, so the temperatures are comfortable. But boy, those winds are going to be a nuisance. And getting a look at your Storm Tracker 7-day forecast, where your weekend's always in view, we also start to see those low temperatures dipping back into the 30s as the winds diminish. Mid 60s through your weekend, lower to mid 60s early to midweek next week, and then mid to upper 60s for Chico Wednesday into Thanksgiving. Redding, lows in the 30s to low 40s, highs mostly in the mid 60s through Tuesday, and then lower 70s Wednesday into Thursday for Thanksgiving of your extended forecast.